Some students have complained to me that they find it difficult to identify angle at center theorem in geometry problem. Don't worry, after watching this video, you'll be able to identify angle at center theorem in any geometry problem. So welcome to Post Scholars channel. I hope you're having a great day. The title remains angle at center problems, right? And there are two questions we are going to solve together, right? The question says find the lettered angles. Now in question 1, we have letter T and letter U, while in question 2, we have letter X, letter Y, and letter Z. Now let's solve it. For question 1, we are asked to find the letter T and the letter U. Now, mere looking at this geometry problem, there's nothing you can do if you don't know the theorem that will help you solve this problem. Now, you should be informed that I've made a particular video on circle geometry theorem. So do well to watch that video because that video will help you solve problems, right? So those of you that have watched the video, mere looking at this geometry problem, you will definitely know that the theorem that will help us solve this problem is the angle at center theorem, right? And that theorem says angle at center, right? This is the center. Angle at center equals to 2 times angle at circumference. Remember, this circle, the bounded region of this circle is the circumference, right? But the problem now is that most students don't know how to identify the two angles associated with the angle at center theorem, right? The trick is this: look for an arc that combines both the center, the angle at center, and the angle at what? Circumference. Now look at the arc. This is the arc, right? Therefore, I will choose this angle, which the arc subtend, and this angle, which is also at the what? At the circle. I can't choose this angle, right? Because the arc associated with this angle is this, right? So, and the angle associated with this will be something here, but we don't have any diagram there. I hope it is well understood. So, the theorem that will help us solve this problem is angle at center, right, which is T, is equal to 2 times angle at circumference. And what's the angle at circumference? 135. So 2 times 135. Take note, in case of theory, you put the reason, very important, and you say angle at center equals 2 times angle at circumference. Next, we multiply. And when we multiply, 2 multiplied by 135 gives 270, right? So the value of T is 270 degrees, right? That's for this angle. Now we are asked to find U. Now remember, this is the center, and the angle, the total angle in the center is equals to what? 360 degrees. You should be aware of that theorem. It's called angle at a point. So since we know this part, that is 270, all we need to do is to say U, right, plus 270 equals 360 degree. You know that this part is 270 and this part is the unknown, which is U. So we add it and equate it to what? 360. Next, you subtract 270 from both sides. And when you do that, you have U is equal to 360 minus 270 degree. Finally, U is equal to 90 degree. So we have solved it. For T, we got 270 degree, and for U, we got 90 degree. Now moving on to question 2. Here we have question 2, right? Now, question 2. In question 2, we are asked to find letter X, letter Y, and letter Z. So without wasting much time, the theorem that will help us solve this, right, is the angle at center theorem. And take note, whenever you want to solve circle geometry, always start with what you know, right? Then tend towards what you don't know, because you can't start from what you don't know to what you know. You need to start from what you know. What you know will help you find what you don't know, right? So we know that angle at center, right, which is S, is equal to 2 times angle at what? Circumference. So we can say X, which is the angle at center, is equal to 2 times 119. And when we multiply that, you have 238 degrees. Now we have gotten the value of X. Next, look at this is the center, right? And this total angle in this center is equal to what? 360 degrees. So all I need to do is to add the value of X and Y and equate it to 360. So let's do that. So we have the value of X is 238 plus Y is equal to what? 360 degrees, right? Then next, I subtract 238 from both sides. Then I have Y equal 360 minus 238. Therefore, Y is equal to, when I do the subtraction, 122 degrees, right? Next, we need to find Z. If you are very, very clever, you see that Z is an angle at the what? Circumference. And remember that theorem. Angle at center, this will be the center, is equals to 2 times angle at what? Circumference. Now we don't know the angle at circumference, right? But we know the angle at center, which is y, and we have gotten the value of y as what? 122. So we'll say angle at center, which is 122, is equal to 2 times angle at circumference. And where's the angle at circumference? Z. So I will represent it as Z, right? Then I move on. 122 is equal to 2 times Z gives 2Z. I need to find the value of Z by dividing both sides by 2. When I do that, I have over 2 over what? 2. 2 cancels 2. Then I'm left with Z equal to 122 divided by 2 gives 61. Therefore, Z is equal to 61 degree. And now we have found the value of each letters. The first letter, which is letter X, is 238 degree. Letter Y is 122 degree. And letter Z is 61 degree. Now we have come to the end of this video. I believe you should be able to apply the theorem angle at center to any geometry problem. I wish to see you in my next video. God bless you and bye.